In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, to whom we all have to be, honorable listeners and respectable audience, you know that we have started a series of linguistics. In linguistics, we have commenced the chapter that is known as translation studies. In translation studies, I told you the theory of Ketford related to translation studies. I told you that Ketford has divided translation into so many types. I told you the types of translation according to his theory, like total translation, complete translation, a restricted translation, partial translation. And I also told you that according to him there are levels in translation. And I talk about category shift. Today I'm talking about another shift of his theory, and that is class shift. What is class shift? Why it is happened, and what are some examples to know and understand class shift? Listeners and audience, according to Ketford theory, class shift means whenever a translator translates the source language into the target language, sometimes the part of the speech or some parts of the speech, they vary and change from one category into another category. It means that sometimes a word is adjective in the source language, but when it is translated into a target language, it becomes, for example, noun. Or whenever a word is a noun, sometime in the target language, it becomes as adjective. Let me provide some examples that you know. For example, here you see, he is a man of wisdom. Now you see, he, this is a noun, is a man of wisdom. Let's talk about this only single word because I'm talking about noun, that sometimes it becomes adjective in translation from source language into the target. Wisdom mean here it is a noun. But when we translate it into English, into Urdu language, this wisdom will change into adjective. For example, he is a man of wisdom. In the Urdu language, वो एक अक्लमंद आदमी है. So here wisdom is a noun, but when we translate it from English language into Urdu language, it became अक्लमंद, wise. So wise is adjective, aqlmand is adjective, but wisdom it is a noun. So this process it is called class shift. However, whenever we are translating a source text into the target text and the category, I mean the part of the speech of that sentence does not change, then it is not called class shift. Let's come to another example for better understanding. Listeners and audience, normally we say in Urdu language, this is the original text, the source text. हमें गरीबों की मदद करना चाहिए. If the translator translates the sentence in this way, we should help the poor. Now, in this sentence, there is no class shift. Why? Because here, gharibon, this is adjective. Again, the poor, this is also adjective. हमें we subject, मदद करना, help. So no part of speech change is there. The same parts of speech remain there as they are in the original text. However, remember sometime in the sense for sense translation, The translation tries to continue and maintain natural flow for better understanding of the readers and listeners. Then, with a natural flow, he writes the translation in another way. Like this way, for example, we should help the poor people. Instead of saying we should help the poor, the translation added people. And it happens in translation. So for the natural flow, he added people. So now there is now class shift. If I say we should help the poor, no class shift is there. But if I say we should help the poor people, now the class shift is there. Because in the sentence you see غريبو, this is what? Adjective. But when I say the poor people, it became noun phrase or noun. And there we have another interesting example in Arabic language as well. For example, if I say, this is just like a praise taken from the words of the Holy Quran, إِنَّمَا الصَّدَقَاتُ لِلْفُقَرَاءِ. The charity, the zakah, that is for the poor. So if the translator translates that the charity is for the poor, fine. No class shift is there. But if the translator translates in this way, إِنَّمَا الصَّدَقَاتُ لِلْفُقَرَاءِ, the charity or the zakat is for the poor people. So when he added the poor people, it became class shift. Hope that this topic is clear to you. Thank you.